Hey, how's it going? Alexander Leslie Walton here. Thank you for clicking on another video. Happy to have you back. As you've seen from the title, this is 5 things that make you look like a loser. If you're doing one of these things and you're not aware, these are going to lose you friends, business opportunities, and romantic prospects. All right, so before I get into the content, let's check out these couple of snippets that I've downloaded from a couple of podcasts.
Once you learn how to write and you know how to add and subtract and divide, you don't need any more to get along in life, but you do need social skills, which aren't professionally taught.
The greatest resource is, of course, human beings. And the best way to make America great or stronger would be to have less losers. Well, what's the best way to have less losers? To have more people succeed. What's the best way to have more people succeed? Give them more opportunity and chance to not be stuck in a quagmire.
The number one thing that makes you a loser is making a YouTube channel, bragging about your social skills, and talking about how cool you are. This is obnoxious. It makes you look anything but cool. I don't know why anyone in their right mind would make a channel like that or watch a channel like that. Speaking of which, what are you even doing here? Why are you watching this video? I mean,
what are you doing, bro? What are you doing, dude?
Are you talking to YouTube again? You better not be talking to YouTube again.
No. This YouTube? No, I was not talking to YouTube.
Really? You look pretty guilty right now.
Me?
Yeah, you do.
Talk to you after you specifically told me not to do that.
I specifically told you not to do that.
No. This is something else I was doing.
Really?
This is something else I was doing for a personal
what is it?
Project.
Personal project, huh? You were talking to YouTube.
I was talking to YouTube.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah, I know you.
Yeah, I was talking to YouTube, but I was telling them how.
Tell me, what were you telling them?
How much of a great guy you were, and how you treat me really well.
Really?
And how they should subscribe to the channel, and
really?
And that's when you walked in.
Yeah. 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 Get the fuck out of the chair right now.
Yeah.
Right now. Get out of the chair.
Yeah. Okay. Get the fuck out. Can you believe that guy, man? What a dick, huh? He knows he's not supposed to be talking to the YouTube. He's not allowed. He's grounded. A long time. What was he saying to you guys, huh? Anyways, let's get into the real video. These are 5 things that make you look like a loser.
Number 1, being incapable of taking criticism. No matter what anyone says or does, my task is to be good. Being incapable of taking criticism makes you look like a child. If you're incapable of taking criticism, you'll come across as fragile, arrogant, and undeveloped. Always receive criticism as graciously and gracefully as possible, especially when the criticism is provocative or negative. Determine later whether there's anything of value that you can take and learn from the criticism. But in the moment, never argue or defend yourself if you can help it, or you will look weak. Resist any instinctual urge you may have to strike back or attack the character of your critic. Take feedback on board calmly and attentively, as if the subject matter has nothing to do with you at all, yet do not dismiss it as if it were unimportant. For bonus points, say thank you to your critic. Now, you don't have to give them chocolate and roses, but if you're going to say thank you, which I believe is the best and most mature response, just don't be sarcastic about it. Thank them genuinely, even through anger, tears, disbelief, or outrage. For in that moment, they have presented you with an opportunity to show strength of character. They've presented you with a chance to grow, and whether they intended so or not is irrelevant. Finally, move on with your best attempt at a smile, knowing that you have received criticism well and are less of a loser because of it.
Hey!
Don't be a baby. Handle feedback like a boss. What if someone despises me? Let them see to it. But I will see to it that I won't be found doing or saying anything contemptible. What if someone hates me? Let them see to that. But I will see to it that I'm kind and good-natured to all and prepared to show even the hater where they went wrong, not in a critical way or to show off my patience, but genuinely and usefully. Marcus Aurelius. Number 2, being upset at someone else's success or good fortune. Do not expect to equal anyone in effect without putting forth a similar effort. Everything has its price, including success. If you are not willing to pay this price, do not be upset when you don't become successful. Being upset at someone else's success or good fortune might be the most obvious and reliable way to spot a loser, and it's such an ugly trait in human nature. Here's what it says about you. It indicates a bitter attitude, jealous nature, lack of self-belief, low self-esteem, and a depressed outlook. It projects that you have no positive plans for your future, or at least that you don't believe in your ability to accomplish those plans. Otherwise, you'd be excited to see someone else achieve success along their own journey. If someone achieves something great, celebrate for them. Celebrate especially if their results seem to conflict with or impede upon your results. Their success is proof that you can achieve something great too. Take confidence from that. Every time you are upset by or express negativity towards the successful results of someone else, you actually deepen the belief that you're not worthy of those results yourself. Every time you celebrate the success of someone else, you simultaneously reaffirm your own potential for greatness. I think that's an important line, so I'll say it again. Every time you celebrate the success of someone else, you simultaneously reaffirm your own potential for greatness. So celebrate often. Reaffirm your potential for greatness at every opportunity. Winners celebrate others winning. Only losers get upset when someone else succeeds. Act like a winner to become a winner. Celebrate the success of others, and soon the world will celebrate your success as well. Don't be a hater. Be a celebrator. Number 3, being unable to take responsibility and or blaming others.
Girls, who pooped in the kitchen? Sunny?
There are two primary choices in life: to accept conditions as they exist or accept the responsibility for changing them. When you blame and criticize others, you are avoiding some truth about yourself. The inability to take responsibility and tendency to blame others is essentially bad leftovers from childhood programming that has remained uncorrected into adulthood. Shifting blame away from yourself demoralizes you, while taking responsibility actually empowers you. Blaming others damages your character even when it really was someone else's fault.
Whatever one of you turns the other one in, I will be easy on. Who took the cookie off the counter? Harley, maybe you didn't hear me. Maybe you didn't understand. I ask you again, guys. Who stole the cookie off the counter? So I'm going to ask you one last time. Who stole the cookie off the counter?
Marcus Aurelius said it's silly to try to escape other people's faults. They are inescapable. Just try to escape your own. Always take responsibility for everything that goes wrong, even things that are outside your control. Just be sure not to beat yourself up, because that will only slow you down. Have you ever cursed the rain, for example? It's not the rain's fault you got wet. It's your fault for being unprepared. But there's no sense chastising yourself. Just look for the lesson and bring an umbrella next time.
That's what she said.
If you're running a business and your employees screw up some deal you've been working on for 6 months, it's your fault. Teach and lead them better next time. That's why you're the boss. If you blame anyone else but yourself, you all but guarantee that this is going to happen again, and you're going to screw up the next deal as well.
No. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. 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 Hell no. 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 I refuse. No. No.
Absolving yourself of responsibility perpetuates the cycle. So always take responsibility if you want to end the cycle. Maybe you've got a job. Maybe your boss denied you a pay raise. Maybe they gave you a pay raise, but it wasn't enough. Maybe you just hate your boss. Maybe your boss hates you. Whatever the case is, if you're unhappy, it's your fault. Improve your persuasive communication skills to secure a raise or get another job. Either way, blaming your boss gets you nowhere. Even if your boss is going out of their way to make your life difficult, it still doesn't help you to blame them. Blaming your boss is like handing them the keys to your life and saying, "You're in control now. Do what you will with me." But if you take all the blame on yourself, you're in control. Did your partner cheat on you? Work on yourself and choose a better partner next time. On some level, you could have avoided what happened, either through some kind of behavior difference or from choosing a different partner in the first place. But if you blame your partner, you'll fail to find the lesson, you'll fail to grow from it, and you'll fail to choose differently with your next partner. So your next partner and the one after that will cheat on you as well, and the cycle will continue until you take responsibility.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Did you get mugged and beat up by some street thug? Start training martial arts. It's your fault for not starting sooner. But don't beat yourself up over it.
Stupid.
Just learn from it. You knew there were bad people out there, didn't you? What had you planned to do when they confronted you? Nothing? Well then, whose fault was it that you were less prepared than a street thug? See, blaming the sad loser who robbed you only hurts you even more, because now you've not only handed over your phone and your wallet, but you have handed over your self-sovereignty as well. And not just to anyone, to a likely uneducated, probably mentally ill, and clearly immoral criminal. Is that the kind of person you'd like in control of your emotions? No? Then do not blame them, or you give them power over you. Did somebody spill a strawberry banana milkshake all over you while you were just minding your own business, tanning in the middle of the street? It's your fault. Pay more attention to your surroundings and don't tan in the middle of the street unless it's a Tuesday. Let's look at something a bit more extreme. Let's say you were diagnosed with something as unfortunate as cancer. Now you might think I'm going a bit far with this example. Alex, I can hear you plead. Please don't make this awkward about cancer. I'm with you so far on this. Well, even in the case of cancer, which is highly sensitive, I realize, if it was clearly and objectively outside your control, if, for example, the doctors said to you, Mr. or Mrs. Your Name, the cancer you have has absolutely nothing to do with the lifestyle you've led. It is unequivocally not your fault, and there was absolutely nothing you could have done to prevent it. Still, even in that case, blaming the cancer only weakens you more. Take responsibility. Assume it was your fault and therefore within your control. If you assume control, you now have the impetus to stop smoking, drinking, or stressing unnecessarily, to eat cleaner, exercise, and care for yourself. When you shoulder the burden of responsibility, it enables you to become a better leader, partner, lover, friend, to become more aware, prepared, and effective. Take responsibility for everything in your life, and you'll soon find you have control over nearly anything in your life. Stop pointing fingers and placing blame on others. Your life can only change to the degree that you accept responsibility for it. This is a leader's mindset. Everything rests on your shoulders, both wins and losses. Take pleasure knowing you can now learn from and avoid future pain. Pain that others will experience for the duration of their lives. Perpetually blaming someone or something, never taking responsibility. You will know the truth, that it is always your responsibility, always your fault, always yourself to blame. And because of that, you can do anything. The price of greatness is responsibility. Sir Winston Churchill. Number 4, getting flustered and or losing your cool/composure over anything. The cucumber is bitter, then throw it out. There are brambles in the path, then go around them. That's all you need to know, nothing more. Evidence of a weak temperament. Losing your composure shows that you have very little control over yourself. It proves that your emotions control you and not the other way around. It suggests that other people might be able to control you as well if they want, simply by manipulating your emotions. Being too jumpy or easily flustered, it makes you look like prey. And often people will respond to this behavior by laughing at or feeling bad for you. Think of movies where the hero walks away from an explosion, and as he walks toward the camera, we see his cool, composed face, and then boom, explosion. He never flinches, and we all go, damn, that guy's cool. Maintain your composure in the face of the unexpected and undesirable. The more intense the situation is that you're able to face with poise, the cooler you'll be by definition. Let's look at some examples. You're in the airport on your way home, and you find out there's a delay. It's an inconvenience and you're not thrilled about it. You could respond like this lady.
Get me out of here! Get me out of here! You rapist!
Or you could keep your composure, smile at the attendant, and lighten up what is an inconvenience for both of you with a joke. Obviously, that's a lot cooler response than the first example. Now let's look at something a little bit more intense. Let's say that your house caught on fire. Okay? For the sake of the example, Let's say your family got out safe, the dog's fine. Most importantly, you got your smartphone. Few people would think less of you for breaking down, wailing on the side of the road, throwing your hands up in the air and questioning everything as you watch your home disappear in violent flames, taking your laptop, Xbox, and Pokemon card collection with it. But how much cooler are you if you maintain your composure? I'm not suggesting that you have to smile and be happy while you watch your house burn to the ground, especially knowing that you're never going to see your shiny Charizard from the 4th grade ever again. But what I am suggesting is that if you could muster that response to be able to smile and crack jokes while you watch your house burn down, you would be an undeniable badass, and people would be in awe of you. People would talk about you like, man, that guy's house burned down, and he stood there cooler than me. He was making jokes while I was freaking out. I never even met the guy before. I was just taking a walk through the neighborhood. Simply staying as collected as possible is good enough. Take this example of Gerard Butler walking through his former home, which recently burned to the ground in the California wildfires. He doesn't look happy, but he's calm. He looks collected. He's composed. And that quality, that masculine composure, so characteristic of a leader, was one of the reasons women and men all over the world are in love with the guy. It's why we love to watch him on screen. It's why he gets paid millions of dollars. It's why he's a huge star. And the coolest part for you is that that quality is learnable. We look to those more composed than us for guidance, for direction on how to act, how to feel, and how to be. Your potential for influence will grow proportionally to your composure. Maintain your composure at all costs. When forced, as it seems, by circumstances into utter confusion, get a hold of yourself quickly. Don't be locked out of the rhythm any longer than necessary. You'll be able to keep the beat if you are constantly returning to it. Marcus Aurelius. Number 5. Being a sore loser. The greatest test of courage on earth is to bear defeat without losing heart. Robert Greene Ingersoll. Losing doesn't make you a loser. Winners lose all the time. Actually, they lose even more than losers lose because they're playing the game more. That's also why they win more. Losing's part of the game, and winners know this. Winners not only expect and accept, but endeavor to embrace losing when losing is unavoidable. Winners know that losing is just another necessary step along the road to victory. A loss is just one step closer to a win. You must embrace losing with this knowledge. If you're a sore, sensitive, butthurt loser, you will lose the respect of many people. It's in times of loss when you're presented with a unique opportunity to harness respect, both the respect of others and self-respect as well. Think of a fighter who loses a bout. Let's say he can act one of two ways. One way, blaming others, the ref, the judge, the fans, the promotion, his opponent.
Oh, the Ultimate Fighter Season 4.
I feel like I won that fight.
I do feel like I won the fight.
It sucks, man. It sucks when something's taken from you, not when you're actually beat. Good job, but you didn't beat me.
And you're going to stop the fight like that? I'm in on a single leg. Pretty pathetic that I have better knowledge than that ref. I worked my ass off 12 weeks to get here, to be stolen from me in 30 seconds. Man, I'm pretty effing bitter right now.
He loses the respect of many, even those who have previously supported him. The other way, he takes responsibility, accepts his defeat with humility, and smiles as sincerely as possible through the disappointment with the knowingness that is just another step towards a win. In that case, the fighter may even earn the respect of those who once disliked him, sought his downfall, and cheered for his defeat. Do not be a sore loser. If you lose, lose like a winner. And if you win, don't be a sore winner. Win with humility and honor. You must never be satisfied with losing. You must be tremendously dissatisfied with losing. But the mark of a good loser is that he takes his dissatisfaction out on himself and not on his victorious opponents nor his teammates. If any of these 5 sound particularly interesting to you, let me know in the comments below and I'll make sure to make note and prioritize doing a video about that topic later. I could only go into so much depth. I tried to be as detailed as possible with the time that I allowed myself. I did my best, but certainly each of these topics deserves a deeper analysis on their own.
Thank you, Mr. Alex Walton. You got it for me, buddy.
My pleasure, Mr. Joe Rogan, and thank you to everyone else listening and who watched this entire video. I appreciate you so much for sticking with me. It's been a long one. It's been a journey, and it's time to call it a day. See you in the next video.